Carlson now to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
On first down, Rodgers. He gets this to Davante Adams. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Let's go! A gain of 27 on the play. First down, Packers.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 45-yard line. Now it's Rodgers. He sets up the screen to Jones. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Maurice Hurst able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Rodgers going to throw. Got a man. That's Allison. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
319, 54, Mike 54. Quit talking about it and bring it. 399.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. Flush to his right. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Carl Joseph. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at the 20.
Extra. Check. Shift.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Carr. He's airing it out for Williams. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing a ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. He sets to fire deep. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams. 43 yards. And the Packers have taken the early lead. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers.
Makes the score Packers 7, Raiders nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. The tight end Luke Wilson was the target, but it's going to be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Shotgun now for Carr. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. Trevor Davis deep for Green Bay. Returnable here for Davis. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up. And there's the first tackle of the game for Carl Joseph. He's one of those safeties that you can utilize in any way you want. But I will have to say, I think the number one thing he does best is tackle.
Now Rodgers eluding the pressure right. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Now Jones. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Here's Rodgers to throw. Buying time to his left. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Brandon Marshall, the linebacker, able to make the play defensively.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown.
And he's got the connection to the tight end, Graham. Touchdown, Packers. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, he might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you have
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Smith comes in for the sack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now Carr. He completes it to Nelson. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Down. 185. Let's go. Let's get this ball back to the offense. Let's go.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Dean Lowry coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Here now, Johnny Townsend as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
At their own 8-yard line.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field.
What we got? What we got? What we got?
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Dancing to his left. And Rodgers is going to go down in the end zone. It's a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Hey, stop it. At the 45-yard line.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
Carr now on 1st down. Lets it go for Nelson. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
Tighten up, tighten up. Pull together.
From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Throwing is Rodgers. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Defense wins championships, baby.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. Looking deep. Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
At the 37-yard line.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 26. Working from the gun, it's Carr. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
Carr will try it again on 2nd down. And he comes back with one complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 12 yards there and a first down.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Come on, D. Hey, switch gears, switch gears. 29. Express. Come on, I got him. 42 to Mike, boys, 42.
Again, it's Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Carr, he's going to loft one deep left side here. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Tramon Williams. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and now
tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. I'ma tell the risk I was never at the hit. I would never get it off my chest though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Take your eyes off me, don't want to see me when I'm gone. Moral of the story was you're wrong. Everything I gave and everything I lost. Good things.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. A few minutes ago, it sounded like the 4th of July on the National Mall as the hometown Redskins were introduced to this sold-out crowd. They are set to go as their guys will match up with the Oakland Raiders.
Set to kick off.
Carlson now to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
On the return, the Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Rip right, rip right.
On 1st down, Keenum. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 78 yards. And the Redskins have taken a first quarter lead. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. It's good, and the Redskins take a 7-0 lead.
That's the score. Redskins 7, Raiders nothing. Dustin Hopkins set.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 16. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he'll go down after. After losing yardage at the 10. And now we're going to get a timeout.
Entering settings screen, you have 18 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected.
Called by the Redskin defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Down! Blue 80! 57 to Mike. Come on, come on! Check, check. Fresno! Proceed! Fresno! Big dash, big dash! Come, come!
DeAndre Washington, his first carry. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
We're good! 734! Who's got 84? Check 84. Here it comes!
Throwing on 3rd and long. Carr. It's caught. Nelson. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. A Raider first down, 17 yards.
And the Raider first down.
Monday, down! 180! 6 guys! Check 6 guys!
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. That one 28 yards on the ground.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, where they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key to left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Later one. Kill.
To throw again. Carr. He's going deep for Brown. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Check Mike 57. Mike 57. 57's Mike. Hey, Mike 7. Here we go. 29. 57's the Mike. Watch 57. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. 57's the Mike. 57's the Mike. Let's go, D.
Operating from the gun. Carr. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I'll take my...
Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. Now Haskins to throw it. Haskins hit, and he lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. He's got daylight. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
Check three, check three.
On first down, it's Jacobs. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now Carr maybe with a free play. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
They will face a 2nd and 9 now following the penalty.
You're mine. Let me know right now. You better free. Check.
From the gun, Carr. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
A gain of 11 on the play. And the Raiders first down.
The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming.
Watch out.
Now a play fake. Carr. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun. Carr. And it'll be intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Under pressure, and they got to him again. The product of Jersey City, Tahir Whitehead on the sack.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Keep playing hard. Okay, ready? Check right 54. Right 54. Hey, get in the weight room.
On second down, here's Haskins. Steps away to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The big man, P.J. Hall, had the path to the QB there.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line, I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle.
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Marshall. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. You have to figure with a rookie quarterback out there, you have to live with some of these mistakes, except they're going to happen. This one, though, that hurts. You're losing in this game.
And that's what you tell him. That's what you drill on in practice. That's what you work on throughout time. Look, take care of the football, and then we'll let your talents come out. Don't try and force things, and then we end up with big plays like that end up hurting us.
So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Back to the air. Haskins after the pick 6. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go play action now. Haskins. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Tahir Whitehead able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Haskins will throw. He's going to let this one go deep. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Washington. Paul Richardson, 72 yards. And the Redskins have taken the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers. That meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr over the middle here to Brown. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
13 yards. First down, Raiders.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. They'll roll him out right. He's going deep and for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman, and he will bring this across.
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R-O, I ain't come to play with you.
Yeah.
Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up.
Yeah.
I can't spend the day with you. I'm minding my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright.
Yeah.
I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I'm made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support ride. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time. Another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winning side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it.
The NFL on EA Sports brings us to North Carolina and Bank of America Stadium here in Charlotte. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerged from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with the Oakland Raiders.
Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
Carlson now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Ready? Step 180. Step right there. 54 Mike. Coming.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That's how we do.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Mike 54.
Check the out, check the out, check the out.
Switch.
Cam's going to run the option right. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And the Raiders have got him. Cleveland Farrell just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 47. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Out of the gun, Newton. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Here we go on 4th. Newton forced out to his left. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it. But in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation, we were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Back to the ground on 1st, it's McCaffrey. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Now Cam, option left. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Cam Newton keeping it himself from 8 yards out. And the Panthers take it right down and score on the opening drive. Graham Gano on for the extra point. And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Carr gives to Richard. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Check. 93.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Carr. This is caught by Antonio Brown. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 11 yards there, 1st down. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. K1 short with a sack. That's 315 pounds of man right there. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. To throw, it's Carr. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. K1 short. Drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away.
We got this.
First and 10 at their own 10-yard line.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together, but I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room and pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
Draw play as Newton gives to McCaffrey. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Call it a gain of 14 for the 2nd play in a row. His first carry of their 2nd drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their 1st drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. The coverage that time excellent by Nevin Lawson. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Newton. Flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number one. So on fourth down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. Back deep for the Raiders, Jalen Richard. This is taken at the 15. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10.
Check 26, check 26. White. Express.
Throwing on first down is Carr. Over the middle, complete. It's Brown. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. One play has them up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10.
694.
From the gun, it's Carr. He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got it at the 15. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up.
I don't think it's any state secret to know what they were saying before the start of this drive. Let's go and punch one in the end zone and go into the halftime feeling a heck of a lot better about ourselves. Let's go get this done.
Yeah, tie things up, and then you got a brand-new ball game. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. Now we're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Cleveland Farrell picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Shotgun now for Carr. And nearly picked off there, and it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's 2nd down.
It's never a bad idea to try and get it to Antonio Brown, but there must be a little bit of the Madden curse going on for our cover athlete here. Hasn't been able to get that elite separation that we're used to seeing from him.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. P.J. Hall there to make the tackle.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The Panthers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Newton. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. 21 yards there on third down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Newton, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 22. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career.
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And the Raiders pick it up. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
And this is where you need the quarterback to morph into being a running back. The ball can't be away from his body. It can't be loose. It can't be held like he's going to throw it. Tuck it away. Take care of it, because he's going to run through a lot of traffic.
And if he doesn't take care of it, we're going to see less design runs like that. So after the fumble recovery, it's Carr. He's airing it out for Williams. That's caught inside the 20. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Tyrell Williams, 64 yards. And the Raiders have taken the lead.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Here's Carr to throw, and this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. Now it's Newton. Being chased out left. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of a story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew covers, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. This is intercepted. Picked off by Tahir Whitehead. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
Yo. Check 59.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
7:34.
Here's a give to Richard. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. That one hurts a bit. That was a golden opportunity to possibly put this one on ice, but he comes up empty.
And how big of a miss might that turn out to be? Stay tuned. There's still time left on the clock. This could be critical.
Still a 1-score game. Had he hit that, it would have been 2 scores.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Newton flush to his right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Newton. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. The Panthers going for it on 4th. Newton buying time to his left. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
Ready? Left 80. 54 Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch the screen.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And an alley to run. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a 13-yard pickup as the downs reset.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Now Newton on first down. And Olsen over the middle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 21 yards. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Newton. And he's wrapped up. Taken down, back at the 25. Cleveland Farrell getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. To try again after the sack. Newton. And that is incomplete here. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help, obviously.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Marshall. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. On the ground is Jacobs to start the drive. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Let's go one more. Hey, 7:34.
Carr going to throw here. He's going to float this one deep right side. And got his man complete. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Second and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. Carr to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
Target. Mike 59. Mike 59. Kill. Back and go full street. Mike 59. Mike 59.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
Back to throw. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. A big play there for Carolina. 43 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now it's Newton. Dancing to his left. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. I see you nodding your head up and down. It's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Rip left, rip left.
He's back to throw. Steps away to his left. Incomplete. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback and then make sure you blanket the field.
They will find his man. That's Hogan, complete. A gain of 19 and picking up the first. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Letting one go deep. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph.
Intercepted. We got this.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Right down. 180. Check, 59. Let's go, tight end. Let's go. Express.
They'll run on 1st down. Jacobs. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you point to the game?
No, but what a second half. It certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more boards than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more boards than a Shawshank. I don't wear ball mains. All I ever do is ball main. I am not a rapper, they all lame. I am not dope, I'm hard. Wait, I can power up and level up at any moment. Spitting like a semi, only give me semicolon. Couple zeros like I'm sending yell nets. Every flow is unmatched, and I better get set in it.
finish them. Mess around with me and I diminish them all. Even if I ever did the minimum, all. In the end result, I'm better killing them all. Rogue One, but I got a team with me. Batman when I got a team with me. I get mean, I get green. Show the whole game what's never been seen. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, Gold Tank. Anything I ever do is top rank.
Now, what state brought me looking bleak now? I was homeless, sleep designing sheets now. 30 different missions, when I speak they listen. Couldn't find the social fishing. Who the crew, it wasn't you. I know it's true, cause you look like the opposition. Run it up, greatest ever sums it up. I ain't have a lot when I was coming up. Kinda made my stomach turn when I brung it up. Wait.
Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, Gold Tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, Gold Tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. I'm with the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. I just got bags from Prada. Rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we back up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Dying from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. I'm with the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down when the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top when the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. I'm with the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
About to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. I score up in the end zone, do my dance all on a hater. A mover and a shaker, you a novice, I'm a player. I'm from DC, but I'm running through and sacking like a raider. 2 chains on my neck, one for now and one for later. If we don't play fair, baby, we play for keeps. You can pass me up, this is not a bye week. I'm looking for a trophy competition, looking steep. Yeah, I'm training, I've been focused, I've been bombing from the deep. I'm like, move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. Move the needle for the city like the championships. All my records go hard, this a champion hit. I've been working for this moment like I've been in the gym. Jumping all over hurdles, I'm evading the pit. Head to head with anybody, take them, I can shake them. I invite them to the fire, then I bake them, I'ma break them. I'm a Hall of Fame legend, they should go and hang my jersey. Made to put in work, I don't think they really heard me like. Move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get up out the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. Ain't no stopping me, ain't no topping me. I am up, #1 seed, ain't nobody popping up. Got a squad of gorillas from the jungle suited up. You kicking off against me, hope you ready, get it up. I be booted up, popping out a sprinter or a truck. Whole team chasing bags while they chasing us. Calling audible, I read the game, I think it's time to switch. You get hit if I miss, then my teammates got the blitz, yeah. Move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get up out the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the east side of the Bay Bridge in Oakland, California. The pregame festivities here in Oakland have to be seen to be believed. This crowd in silver and black, they are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Houston Texans. Carlson now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So that one will be accepted.
All day, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Bring this up. 54 Mike. Squeeze, double up. Kill. 55.
From the gun, here's Watson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Tahir Whitehead. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Well, that's tough. You come in here, you dial up that pass play on the first play from scrimmage and get it picked.
And you know, coaches always talk about we prepare for every eventuality. You don't even mention this as a possibility when you dial up that play, right? Instead, they throw a pick, and now they're behind the 8 ball on the road to get things going.
Now, you ready? Check safety. Raider 1.
Carr now on first down. Flushed out right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Down. 185. That's right, baby. They don't want it. .734. 55's Mike, guy. 55. So don't say nothing.
Looking to throw again on second down. Carr out to the right here to Wilson. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
defense focus. 29. 55, not 55.
On first down, Carr looking for the end zone. That is caught by Brown. Touchdown, Raiders. Antonio Brown, 29 yards. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
And now out comes Houston. Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game. It leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound from here?
Yeah, a little bit of humor. Got to laugh that one off and not the ha-ha. That was very funny, but kind of like, can you believe that just happened? Let's go out and play now. Let's just start over.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
Second and 5 at the 28-yard line.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. And he'll find QT on the right side complete. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. That throw good for only a couple and brings up third down.
Get set. 19. Check. Walk it before. Stay with your man. Check 52. Under from the pass.
Watson on third down. And this is going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They're going for it. It's Watson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th.
Well, they picked up the first down, but I'm just going to say it. I didn't like it before the ball was snapped, and I don't like it now that they picked it up. Think about field position on their own side of the 50. They don't get it. They put their defense in a bad spot, and it's just not a decision that pays off very often.
Well, it wasn't 4th and a yard. There was some meat on that bone.
There really was. Fortunate to get it in that situation, but not a call I would make very often.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Let's get off the field. Let's get off.
Watson with a give to Miller. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Watch the run. Alert. Shoot. And no time now.
Here's Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. First down, it's Watson. Flush to his right. Over the middle, that's caught by QT. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 more there and another first down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
The Texans with a first opportunity now from the red zone. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just started in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself to the goal line, but it's incomplete. It was the free safety, LaMarcus Joyner, that time, able to make the play. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Out of the gun, Watson. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Now Carr. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down.
6-6, pull it high. Safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Watch the safety creep. Check him through. Kill. General West.
On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Don't get no. Orbit.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Man open left side is Brown. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Here we go.
That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Another Raiders first down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
We play it to win. Let's go.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando.
Hey, 4-1's Mike. 4-1's Mike. Not today.
Throwing on first down is Carr. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby.
Now Carr. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Antonio Brown with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Carlson on for the PAT. He's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's Watson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And give them 9 yards on the second down screen play. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The Texans on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. It's a gain of 20 as we wind down near 20 seconds left in the quarter. Watson looks to throw again, setting up the screen for Miller. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up. Alert 3, alert 3.
Play action from Miller. Now Watson. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
LaMarcus Joyner there defensively.
Now, 41 Mike, right? 180. 180, we're good. 180.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he is out up around the 15-yard line. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him. 15 big yards.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Let's go, D.
The final shot here before half for Carr. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Check. Sponge. No. White Monday down.
From the gun, it's Carr. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
'93.
Throwing again. Carr. He's airing it out for Williams. And And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Here now, Johnny Townsend. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Here comes Carter. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
At their own 32-yard line.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at about the 32. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Miller. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. The Texans on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Now Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. He's got a man, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 33 yards that time.
1st down.
You're set. 19. Check 54. 954. On 24. Check. Crunch.
Faking the give. Now Watson. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 26. They go with Washington to begin the drive. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Carr to throw. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll kick it away for the second time. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 15. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going, and also you motivate your offensive line. I think they were in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Watson going up top. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, and it's 3rd and short.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the 1st. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They go play action here on 1st down. And the Raiders have got him.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Check 13.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Watson. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14. They will indeed snap it to Watson. And that is incomplete. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on fourth. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position.
Monday, down. 180. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you. Raider 1. 41. Hey, Alpha. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Mike 41. Mike.
Carr now on first down. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Well, there's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. Carr now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Down. 280. Get that quarterback at all costs. Express. 41 Mike. 41 Mike. Right here. 41.
On 2nd and 11 now. Carr. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders add on to their lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Check. Check.
Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that's caught inside the 30. Watson hitting Fuller with a big one. 54 yards. What a throw right there for the first down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup?
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
They're going to need some therapy after this. Check 24. Check 24.
Now it's Miller running right. And able to work his way down to the 16. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves him with 3rd and just a couple. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Right there.
3rd and 2, Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
They'll try and run for it with Miller. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
second down and goal. Watson. And now and this will be a touchdown. Deshaun Watson, his second touchdown of the night. And the Texans draw a bit closer. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
So a 7-point game, they'll need a recovery, the touchdown, and an extra point to tie. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3-and-out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
Jacobs now, and that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Carr gives it off to Washington. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Staying on the ground with Washington. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on to punt for Oakland. Off of play action, it's Watson. Now a desperation throw deep. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. Well, they were obviously backed up. Had a little bit of space from the goal line, snapping it from the 3, but still trying to throw it. And
yeah, exactly. This is where hindsight is 20/20 comes into play, right? Seems like a good idea to throw the ball there. Maybe you'll surprise them and catch them off guard. Instead, you've created a turnover and put your defense in a bad spot.
Now after the INT, it's Carr, and that'll be incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
55's my guy, 55. Let's go, D.
Carr to throw. This throw caught right around the 6. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away.
Hey, waiter, two.
To throw is Carr, and this is caught, and that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. He's checking crowd.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 34. So this one a victory for the Raiders.
best.